So when I watched my video back, I did realize that I ask a lot of closed-ended questions. And the thing is, I was actually very aware that I was doing that. Like I was hyper aware. Every time I would begin my response with a closed-ended question, I would immediately try and fix it and alter that into an open-ended question. But when I was watching it back, I realized that just made it like my response is very lengthy and kind of convoluted. So I think I do need to be a bit more self-aware before even beginning to speak, rather than realizing halfway through what I'm saying that, oh gosh, this is a closed-ended question. I need to alter it so that they have more of a response and they can tell me more about it. And this is actually something that my friend also pointed out to me afterwards because I let him watch through the video as well. And he told me that he did notice when I was speaking to him, I would give him a lot of like closed-ended responses, but then I would quickly like begin to change it while I was still talking. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a bad thing. But he told me just from his perspective, and I don't know if this is helpful, but he said that it actually made him, as the other person being helped, realize that I was still very aware of what I was doing and I was listening. I was actively listening to what he was saying and realizing maybe what I said in response wasn't the best thing to say, so I'd change it. Um, so he said that he could like still tell I recognized what I was doing. I also realized when I watched back that I say a lot, and I don't know necessarily if this is a bad or good thing because I don't really know if that's something we discussed in class, if that's like a roadblock to communication. I know one of the dirty dozen is like you don't interrupt. You like just you're supposed to actively listen and not give your response. For me, when I do that, I personally feel like it shows that I'm actively listening because I'm recognizing, I'm acknowledging what they're saying to me constantly. But when I was watching it myself, I realized it sounded very interruptive and almost kind of like dismissive, or like I was rushing what they were saying. And I don't think I really conveyed attentiveness by saying On another note, I think the good things that I did was I maintained eye contact the whole time while talking with him. And as we discussed in class, how like a lot of people don't like to make eye contact when they share something personal. When he was telling me about his difficulties with his parents, he just kept looking around and like he would look down, kind of mumble a little bit. But the whole time, I noticed that I made sure to like keep my focus on him rather than also beginning to look around or look down. When he looked down, I would continue to look at him so he could sense that I was really being attentive to him. I think that's all that I have. I'm sure there are other good things I did. Like I didn't wiggle a lot. Sometimes I talk a lot with my hands and I wiggle a lot, like I'm doing right now. But in the video, I didn't see that I did that very much. So I think that was a good thing as well.